Aha, now there should be sound. Yes! Oh, I didn't click the sound button. There's too many clicky things on this new software. But it's supposed to bring better quality video and audio, but I'm still learning, I guess. Hopefully that looks okay now. Let me know. And now, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Let's have a look. I'm hoping the sound and we can get some coding done. Let's have a look. Or let me bring the chat back. I have this new streaming software is in Windows, so I have no idea how to use Windows. I miss Apple so much. Aha, yes, we have sound. Okay, great. And I'm going to put that on the screen, I think. So thank you, Kush, for saying, you know, we have sound. I know a few other people did, but I think you were the first. Again, I'm just figuring out this software. So we've got a few other people also saying yes as well. So thank you very much. Right. Okay, so we're going to do... How is the video and audio, by the way? Is it better than it used to be, or is it good enough? I need to tweak the settings. But the plan for today is I'm keen to make some open source contributions to some open source projects that are around to support the better wellness of this whole virus situation. So I have got some projects and I just can't remember what they're called. I think I've starred one. Here is one. And Helpful Engineering have done some, I've got a few projects going, so I'm quite keen to make a couple of contributions to theirs. I'm going to show you how simple it is to make a contribution to their project. And then my friend has also started another one, but I can't remember the link. So Jill, if you're watching, please share a link in the chat. Actually, I should try and bring the chat back up again to make sure I don't miss anything. Frickin' Windows, just switch. Yeah, it's good. Cool. Thank you. Right. Who uses Windows here? I have so many friends at Microsoft, so if any are watching, I really apologize. But oh my God. Seriously, I haven't used Windows in over 10 years, and this is not a Windows bitching fest. But what an awful system. No idea. Maybe I'm just not used to it. You're ready to join in contribution for Android and Kotlin. I haven't come across any Android and Kotlin projects with the whole current situation, but there are loads of out there, don't get me wrong. There are lots out there. I've shared that on the screen. Do you see the messages that I bring up on the side from the chat? That's why I've switched to Windows. Well, one of the reasons was to use the vMix software where I can do these sorts of things. So hopefully you can see that, and that looks okay. Right. So we were talking about open source contributions. Let's do one. So I'm going to show you how simple it is. I actually have one for the other project. So I'm going to try and get it. Look, I've got my laptop over here. 1 second. Let me get the link off here. So nothing's ever easy, right? But this is a Mac laptop, so it's a lot easier to use. Let's have a look. The link I had it saved, ready to go, but on the wrong computer. Bear with me 2 seconds. Just, technical problems. It's normal. Right. So I do have it here. And Jill, like I said, if you're in the chat, I know you were live streaming about 30 minutes ago, so you might not have made it yet. But if you're in the chat, please do share a link. Or if anyone watching has any coronavirus open source projects that they've come across and they think it'd be really nice to do some contributions to those, then let me know, and let's contribute to those as well. I want to show you how simple it is to make contributions to open source projects. It really is straightforward. Even raising an issue is really simple. And I'll say really simple. It's easy when you know how, but it does add value if you've got an idea, or you're validating an existing idea, or finding a bug. It's really important. I'm not the only one. I need to put that message up. That's pretty cool. So I'm not the only one who gets confused between Mac and Windows. Like seriously, it's so hard. Okay, and I am finding it now. Bear with me. I appreciate your patience, and I do, and hopefully it'll be worthwhile. So let me. I got the link. Let's have a look. I do have the link somewhere. In a nice safe place. Have you ever done that when you've got it in a safe place? And I had it here and I can't see it now. Let me do a search. Should have been more prepared. So massive. Aha! I've got it. So I'm not lying. Okay. So we do have it here, and I'm going to type it in so you'll be able to see it. So we've got one tab open with one project, and we've got the next project. No, that's not the one. Let me bring up GitHub. So github.com. And if you've got any projects that that you want us to have a look at, especially if they're specifically to what's going on in the current situation, kind of like tech for good sort of stuff, then let's do it. I see I did visit it before, and it is, here we go. So here's the project. Oh, so it's changed a bit since I last looked. It's got some more issues because it had no issues last time. So let's have a look and see. Let's make some contributions. Okay. Everyone's still with me? Okay, brilliant. I hope you're all feeling okay and being safe and got enough food and toilet paper, because apparently toilet paper is really important, and that's what people go out and buy before food. So have you checked out our Project Owl? Remind me, share a link in the chat. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. When I see it on GitHub, it will remind me if I've seen it. Okay, so let's share the full screen. Is the text legible, by the way? I just find that in Windows the text is all pixelated and freaking awful. But hopefully on the stream it's okay. Like I said, this is not a Windows bashing stream. My Mac mouse doesn't scroll on Windows, so I want to use this nice sidebar on side. So yeah, this is their project they've done, and it seems to be that it's, I'm guessing it's a Firebase. I know we all like Firebase, and there's like Firebase and React. So I don't really know React, but we can still make contributions, and I'm gonna show you how. So let me start this project so I don't lose it again in the future. And I'm gonna show you I'm going to show you how you can make a contribution. So one thing I noticed straight away, I don't know if you've noticed this, is that they've got testing libraries not in the dev dependency. So I think, you know, that will get deployed to production, and that could be a security risk, performance, kind of affect performance. So we can move that. So we can do certain things like that. Always raise an issue before you make a change. I highly recommend that. Okay, let's have a look what they've got. So they've got good first issue. Let's have a look. Collate all official positive cases from the national database. Firebase hook for I/O. Okay, I'm just going to raise an issue. Let's start off really simple. I'm going to show you how simple it is. So feature, bug report, feature request. I'm going to just raise a bug. It's not a bug per se, because I haven't even seen their app, but that's one good point actually. We haven't seen their app, so why can't we see it? So I'd say screenshot in README. And then probably if anyone wants to raise another issue on this project, it'll be important to have a link to the deployed version of the project, you know, at the top. I can't change that, so I can't even do that as a pull request, but it would be good to be able to just click a link and to see how the project looks and see how it evolves over time. So describe the bug. Okay, this is screenshots. No, we want screenshots. So I'm just gonna delete all that. Don't usually do that for other projects. It's a bit mean. But please add screenshot to README to get an idea of the project. I'm just going to hit submit. We're done. Does anyone want to submit an issue? So, and I'll share this in the chat. I'll share a link to the project in the chat. But I think Control C, not Command. But I'm also keen for, so if I share that there, I'm also keen for you to raise issues and get those green squares on your GitHub. How are your GitHub looking? Open a new tab. Look, let's compare. I just got a green square for today. So by you raising an issue, that is a contribution, that is a green square. And if you want me to have a look at your GitHub accounts, just drop a link in the chat. I'm not precious about people dropping links in the chat. It might kind of block it, and then I'll have to approve it, which is fine. I'll do that. Okay, we move Eddie out of the way. Let's go back to this. So we've just raised an issue saying that it'd be really nice to have a screenshot in the README. And someone coming to this project, I want to see something visual. I don't want to have to dig through code immediately. I want to see if this project's for me. So one other good thing that'd be really useful, I don't know if someone wants to raise the issue, just in the chat, just say yes, as in you'll raise it, is up here they have no description and no website and no topics, but topics are not so important. But no website link. I want a link to click it. So what's between issue and pull request? Great question. So I'm actually going to bring that up while I explain it. And if anyone else wants to try and explain it in the chat, do go ahead. Oh, with new software, I can actually bring people into the live stream with me by sending them a link. So if anyone wants to join, let's try it out. It might go horribly wrong, but today's an experimental day, and we'll put it down to the virus if it all goes wrong. We're going to say it's affected my Windows computer. So this is a great question. I do like that. And an issue is raising an idea or raising a bug. It's just information, whereas a pull request is actually making a change to the code base. Not necessarily code, it could be documentation or anything like that, but within the actual Git repo side, that's what a pull request is. And then the pull request, people can review the changes. So there aren't any there. I'll tell you what, I'll make a change, we'll make a pull request, and I can show you the difference between the issue that we raised, or we will raise, and for the pull request. Hopefully that will help. But that's a great question. Yes, just jump in with questions as you have them. Okay, so the other issue that I said at the beginning was where is it? Package. So they've got dev dependencies in the production dependencies. So I'm just going to copy that and go to issues. I'm going to raise it. I'm actually going to fix this. So I'll say this debug and dev dependencies in prod dependencies. Hopefully that's correct. If I'm not, they'll tell me and it's fine. And then if I do backticks, because I want to put code in there, actually, let me write up something. Say move dev deps to out of prod deps. So what we're going to do here, we're going to put some JSON tag, and then if I paste it, let me get the right shortcut keys, and then I'll just put, this is going to be invalid JSON, but hopefully they'll get the idea. I could probably cheat and put TypeScript, therefore it will kind of highlight it. It's not really TypeScript, but it should highlight it a bit better, ish. Okay, so, but it highlights this rather than it being red, because it would show it as a red line because it would be invalid JSON. So I'm going to submit this. So I've raised an issue, and now let's raise the pull request to fix it. So what I have to do is go back to the code. Hopefully this is all making sense, or if you notice any improvements, then let me know. Hey, thanks for joining the stream. It's nice to get some appreciation. Nice to have everyone here. I think it's great. Especially we're all cooped up now. I think more people are live streaming, which I love. So if anyone has any questions on that, more than happy to share. But I'm also keen to do more live streams. So between this channel and my Code Mortals channel, I'm hoping to do more live streams over the next few weeks. Anything you'd like to see on the stream, do let me know. And if you want to join me on one of my streams, so I'm looking at some of the regular people here. If you want to join my live stream, I can actually send you a link, and you open it in Chrome, and then you can just join the live stream. And you can join for like 5 minutes. You don't join for the whole hour or 2 hours, however long it is. But you can join for a little bit, and we can just have a bit of a chat. So let's have a look. So the change I want to make this. But the lock file will be out of date, but I'm not going to clone this. I'm going to, I don't think I've got Git installed on this Windows machine. So let me see. So what I want to change I'm going to make, just hit the, so you go to the file that you want, then you hit the pen button, and you go into edit, and it'll automatically create a fork of the project into my kind of GitHub account. So we've done that. Just open this window over here. And then the change is really simple. So if I remember correctly, and I hope you're all validating this, I know we've got some Java devs on the stream, but if I remember correctly, it's not at. That's supposed to be like a double quote thing on my computer, but the Mac keyboard isn't mapping to the Windows keyboard very well. I think it's dev dependencies like that. I should probably check that. I should know that off the top of my head, but oh, not that one. But when I how did I get it the first time? There we go. When I do this, I do npm install ---- save or ---- save -dev. So it just does it automatically for me. So I've never actually kind of really manually changed this file. So let's have a look. npm dev dependencies. Let's just have a quick look. Oh yeah, so it is dev dependencies. Okay, so I was right. Good double check. Don't want to send a bad PR in. So dev dependencies. Close that, comma. And what we want to do is grab, I think these are the only testing ones. Bootstrap's going to be production, hook router, and all these are going to be actual production ones. So if I cut that, see, it's quite straightforward to make a contribution to open source, and you're always adding value, just little and often. So it's really important. So I don't need the comment into that. So I think that looks okay. So you can preview the changes. So remove those 3 lines and added these lines. And what we can then do is scroll to the bottom. I'm trying to scroll to the bottom on my mouse, doesn't work very well. And we can say what we've done. And actually in the commit message, you can reference the original issue, which I highly recommend. So I'm just going to open issues in a new tab. I'm going to open this number 19. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go down to here, and I'll just put, let me see how I can get a hash. How do I get a hash? I don't get a hash. Oh, the whole point of putting a hash is that it like links back to the issue from the commit message. But okay, it's not the end of the world. Or unless I can still copy and paste the hash from somewhere else. Stupid keyboard. No, keyboard's fine. Stupid OS. I swear I was doing it before. Okay, anyway, it's fine. Moved dev deps to dev dependencies. Okay, so I'm going to propose the file change, which will automatically take me to the pull request section. And then it's going to let me review it again. It's going to say that it's taking it from mine, and my branch is just patch 1. It automatically creates that for you. And then you don't even have to clone the project. You don't even have to fork it, although I have got a fork, but I don't have to kind of click the fork button, do a clone locally, and push it up and all that sort of stuff, and then go back into the UI and raise a pull request. But it's just going to show me this. So you can use the UI for a lot of these things. And it's going to let me know what it is. And I want to say closes. So it closes the issue, but I can't see, for some reason, do a hash, which is so weird. I swear I was doing one before. Okay, so I will just say, I'll say nothing. Best to move dev deps out of prod deps. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. So I hit create pull request. Has its own button above enter. Yeah, I was trying that. I mean, let me quickly just try again. Oh, it is there. I was trying to use Alt and that button. Thank you very much. That's the lifesaver. Okay. So I've kind of already made that commit message, so I've messed that up. But at least I can put it in the pull request. I can say closes. I think it was number 19, right? COVID-19. Yes, it is. Perfect. And therefore, when they accept this pull request, it will automatically close the issue. And don't worry if your pull requests don't get accepted. It's about making the contribution. Not all my pull requests get accepted. I mean, this one might not. And I will put a link to the streams if they want to see it as well. I can hit edit and just edit that. Contribution made as part of a live stream. Actually, let me get it with a timestamp. So therefore, oh no, okay, forget that. It's just come out of 00 timestamp. It's not very helpful. Paste that in. Right, update comment. So this is a pull request. So whoever was, I can't remember who was asking before, but the issue is where you raise an idea, a bug, a defect, etc. And it is just text. And then now that I've put in the description of the pull request, I do have a link to it here. If I go to the pull request section, here's my pull request. The difference is it contains the actual changes. So here are the actual changes. They don't have any actions, and I don't think I can add actions to a project that I'm not like a maintainer of. But they could have added some actions. So if we go to package JSON, do they have any scripts? They do have some script commands down here. So they have build. So even if they don't have, and they do have tests, but say they're not writing tests, they can at least run a linter or build the code, just make sure it compiles or transpiles depending on what they're doing. I think that's better than nothing. So again, I'm not sure what this actual project does, so I can't really show you more than that. And I don't have all Firebase, everything else setting up on my Windows computer to show you. But have a look at this. Let me share the link in the chat. I think I shared the link already in the chat. Do have a look and let me know. So Jill, if you're watching, I had a quick look at your project. You got another fork there from me, and I've starred it, and I've made one contribution. Did someone else raise that issue that I spoke about? Screenshot in the README, dev dependency, and link to the website so we can see it. I don't know through Firebase if we can actually see. That doesn't look very pretty. Probably I even need to commit that. But in the Firebase config, I wonder if you can see if I can put that in and do that URL.firebase app. Will that work? Is it Firebase app? Firebaseapp.com. Oh, you can do that. It does work. So there isn't much on here though. Let's put that as another issue. So am I raising the issue or are you raising the issue? If you want to raise the issue, just put your hand up. Well, don't put your hand up because I won't see it, but write in the chat that you'll do it. And then you can see a little bit of my green screen kind of messing up on the side here. Where is it? On the side there. So apologies for that. And if I can fix it a bit like that. So yeah, we've made a couple of contributions, but I'm waiting for people to say who's going to do it in the chat. If not, I will do it. And while someone is writing the chat, this is my office, a bit messy, so apologize for that now. And I've done dual boot on my iMac Pro with Windows, and yeah, it was very painful. But let's get back to coding. Let's close this. This is my issue. Okay, let's have a look at the chat and have a look, see if anyone's owning it. So replying to an issue and submitting issues is also considered contribution, only submitting a pull request. That's a great question. Let me grab that up on the screen. So I believe yes to everything. Any feedback by questioning what someone's doing or reinforcing something and saying, yeah, I've got that issue too, or I've seen that and I agree, or whatever it is, I believe is adding value. In terms of the green squares on GitHub, creating an issue does give you another green square, but replying to an issue does not. But I still think replying to an issue or commenting on a pull request adds so much value. So I highly recommend doing it, and it makes people aware of your GitHub account so people can follow you, and things snowball from there. So yes, I definitely recommend doing. It's social coding, right? Do as much as you can. So let me have a look. Right, Has someone offered to do it? No one has offered to do it, so I'm going to do it. Let's have a look. I'm going to get another green box. Well, I've already got one green box, but the green box is going to get darker because I've got more already. But if no one wants to do it, I'll do it. I'll show you how straightforward it is. It's a feature request or it's a bug. It's debatable. Add link to project. Link to GitHub project URL. As a contributor, this is not something I can change, but I suggest adding a link to the deployed version of the project. I'll just paste it down there. Let's just put note project description would be useful too. Usually I take a screenshot, but fuck knows how to do a screenshot in Windows. You probably have to install like 101 third-party apps. In Mac it's just kind of Command Shift 4, go over and done. But yeah, I'm not going to do a screenshot. I can always update it later. How long did it take you to familiarize yourself with the code base? Well, I've literally just only looked at it with all of you now in this live stream. So when I started kind of, I don't know, 20 minutes ago, the code isn't very big and I don't know React, so I'm not going to look through it in detail. But I mean, there isn't much code here. I wonder what Screens has. Router. Questionnaires. There is a route. I wonder if I can go back to this and just put that on as a route. Maybe nothing's happening at the beginning. Oh, don't want that at the end. But there is, yes, there is something there. So again, this is why your README is so important, because at the moment I'm just digging through the code and I'm just guessing. Whereas if this was all there, I could just click a link and go have a look, and I won't give up so easily. People give up so easily and not interested in contributing to projects if the barrier to entry is really high, in that you have to read loads of pages of documentation, you have to kind of go through the code and just try and figure everything out. You want to make it as easy as possible. So if you're a maintainer, add more to the README than you think. Lots of visual stuff, lots of links and screenshots. Worst case, you can take some out later on if it gets too big, or you can split it out into a docs directory if people want to dig even further. But your first 1 or 2 pages of README need to give so much value. A link to a deployed version so they can see it, and a screenshot. So someone could take a screenshot of this and raise a pull request for the issue that I created. So I created, let me go back to this tab. So I created an issue and I said screenshot in README. And I didn't add one. I haven't created a pull request with this improvement. I have just raised the issue. So now we know the URL. Someone could take a screenshot of that, edit the README all within the browser, and it automatically create a fork for you. And then you could just put the screenshot in the README, and then you've got your contribution for today. So I suggest you go do it. So in the chat, let me know who's going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm just saying it out there. Not because I can't. Well, I can't. I'm on Windows. I don't know how to take a screenshot. So I'll let you do it. But let's have a quick play. Where are you located? Where are you located? Where are you located? And I say London. Autocomplete. Very nice. Next. Have you been in contact with someone who tested positive in the last 30 days? Yeah and no. If I say no, does it just end the quiz? If I say yes, does it get more exciting? Let me just say no, see what it says. Next. Have you been tested? Positive, no. I don't like that I have to keep clicking next if it's on the same page. Again, someone can raise that as an issue, get your green box for today. Are you currently self-isolating? I think the whole world is, right? Do you have any of the following symptoms? No. I'm a bit tired, but that's probably because I don't sleep. I've been too busy trying to install Windows on a Mac. So let's just say no. Are you aged over 65? I might look it today because, like I said, I've been up all night for the last few nights. But no. Do you have any preconceived? No. Where's the next? There's no next. Did I win? I want to know if I won. Okay, that's not very funny. It's not about winning or losing. But where's the results? Maybe it isn't done yet. But having gone through all that, I feel a bit cheated. So let me just say yes, see how that changes. When did you come in contact with them? I don't know. February 24th. Oh, not 20. We're 2020, right? Okay. That's an awful date picker. Have you tested? No. Okay, so nothing else has changed. So all this does, the yes and no, is add a calendar form at the moment. Okay, that's fine. But again, it would be nice to have some documentation to know what sort of questions are asked. So that's another one that we can add to the issues for the README. If I go back to the project, in the README, it doesn't have creating a questionnaire. I'd be really interested to see what sort of questions you have. Maybe like the important questions. I want to raise a new issue. Has anyone updated that README yet with the screenshot? Let's have a look. So feature request. We'll say show types, example types. Add example questions to README. Add example questions. Add example. And interesting. I can't spell interesting. Interesting questions to the README. Okay. It would be useful to see what types of questions are asked just by glancing at the README. Maybe include the data structure. Maybe include the data structure. Or maybe include data structure. This is for the geeks. So I'm already thinking what graph can I draw if I've got the data and so forth. So there we go. Right. Has anyone updated the README yet? Pull requests. How many times should I click on Windows? Oh, did my pull request get closed? It got merged! Exciting time! I have no sound effects, but see, Gary, if you're watching, thank you so much for merging my pull request. I'm really excited. I mean, it's great to have a pull request merged like within a week. Within 24 hours is really important, but you know, within a few minutes, that's pretty awesome. That's very cool. So thank you very much, Gary. Gary, I've raised some issues. Hopefully they're okay. Any you don't like, just hit close. They're just suggestions. And someone watching is hopefully going to raise a screenshot to go into the README. So Gary, how is the project coming along? You did, so before merging my pull request, your last contribution was on the 20th. What's it today? Let's have a look. 22nd. So last contribution was like 2 days ago. 2 days. I want to see more. I want to see, you know, little and often. Let's have a look. I haven't cloned this project, so I can't do any major contributions. And it's in React. I don't really know React, but I can have a look at the Firebase stuff, I suppose. So if I go into source, let's have a look at, you've got service workers, so you're obviously doing a PWA as well, which is quite interesting. I have to click like 5 times on Windows or something. Okay, thank you. Let's have a look. Anyone else watching, if you see any projects on GitHub or you've come across any that you want us to have a look at, they're open source, share a link in the chat. I submit an issue now. Thought the question navigation being like an automatic. Nice, cool. Okay, let me add that to the screen. I'm not reading it out correctly, but I think it's really good. So let me see. Right, we have now got an issue that's been raised. Let's have a quick look at that. I have to press next even though questions are on the same page. Nice. Describe the solution you'd like. Maybe there could be an automatic slide to the next question. Again, I'm going to add value by putting in a comment. Okay, it might not be a lot of value. It's me, so it's probably not. But what my point I'm trying to make is, if you see something and you've got an idea, just add a comment. Worst case, it gets ignored, and no harm. There's no harm to it. But it might like give someone else another idea. They might use your idea, but they might better build on your idea and then take it even further. So I want to say, do you need the next button? Is the next button even needed if on the same page? Question mark. Again, it's just raising an idea. I think this is just where you get that community kind of building and improving ideas together. Okay, let's have a look. India's going through transition stage 2 to 3. I don't know what stage 2 through 3 means. Can you let me know? Write in the chat and explain what you mean. No dark mode in your Windows 10. Look, I installed Windows 10 yesterday for the first time ever. I haven't used Windows in over a decade, so I have no clue how to use it. I don't even get how most of it works. It's really complicated. Mac is so much easier, and Mac just works. I opened two streaming software, so the one I used to use, OBS, and the new one, vMix, on Windows, and they both had access to the camera, and you can do that on a Mac. That's fine, it works. You see the camera in both of them, but it crashes Windows. So I got to remember to close one before I open the other. Can you make an app which tracks activity on your laptop's usage time? It is not a sales pitch for Mac, but it has that already. With your devices and your Mac, it has, can't think what it's called, but it does have something that came out quite recently, maybe in the last few months, and it shows you what apps you're using for how long and groups them together in kind of like is it like a media or is it social, etc. and so forth. How can we reach out to expert people asking them to code review our GitHub projects? I would say just on Twitter. So I came across these projects from Twitter. So I would say on Twitter, just say, look, I've written this project, include the technology. Actually, I should bring that up on the screen. That's a really good question. I think it's important to get people who not only know the technology, but who don't. And let me explain. So say, I'm guessing your project's going to be Kotlin and Java and Android. So Kotlin and Android, if I remember correctly. So I don't do that technology. So if I was to review it, I'd give you a review different to someone who does the technology. So I think you need both, because we would give two different points of view. So I would look at it from maybe an open source point of view, from a generic project point of view, and lowering that barrier to entry to get other people involved, people who maybe are new to Kotlin, etc. and so forth. Whereas someone who's an expert in that area would look at it from the actual code you've written, and can they make any improvements to that point of view. So I know you've got a project and it's on GitHub. Why don't you share a link in the chat? I can give you my feedback from an open source kind of GitHub point of view, but not from a Kotlin technical point of view. So feel free to share that in the chat. It should come through. If it doesn't, I will approve it. I think that's what happens. We'll figure it out between us. We've had another suggestion as well. Oh, the first issue. That was my first issue I ever raised. Awesome. That's great to hear. Oh, I love that. Really, really good. You need a profile picture on GitHub and on YouTube, because it looks a bit spammy if you don't have a profile picture. So on the screen on the right, you can, on the left and right, is it that side? Okay, so a bit mirrored. You can see I've included your comment from YouTube. But then if you look on my actual screen, you see here you haven't got a profile picture. And I think it looks a bit spammy if there isn't something. It doesn't have to be you. It could be a cartoon character of you, or a cartoon character that you like or something. But just have something that's consistent across all your social platforms. So when people see it on Twitter or Stack Exchange or GitHub or comment on YouTube, they just can associate them all together. So that's... But I'm really glad you raised your first issue. It wasn't scary, right? You did survive. You're okay, right? Exactly. So everyone should just raise issues. Obviously, you don't want to spam projects, but if you raise issues, a few issues a day across a variety of projects, it does add value. So if anyone wants to practice, let me take you back to my account, and I've got various projects, but ignoring those, there is the Hacktoberfest practice. This echo in my ear with my headphone, just really hard to speak when you've got yourself echoing in. There must be a way to turn it off, I don't know how yet. So Hacktoberfest practice, just practice, and it's double click, come on Windows. So raise an issue as practice anyone, and raise a pull request. In this repo, all you need to do is there's some descriptions on how to do it, but the bottom line is, all you need to do is add your name to the README. That's it. So it's usually in alphabetical order. Tanya, if you're watching, you didn't put it in alphabetical order. But I'm not precious. This is about getting you to practice the workflow and do those sorts of things. So just all you have to do is hit the pen and add your name and link, and you'll see some examples there. So you literally just need to kind of copy the last line, duplicate it, change what you see in the square brackets to be your name, and then change the link, and not even the link, just change it, the username at the end of the link to be your GitHub username, and that's it. So I expect to see lots of pull requests just by adding your name, and once you've done it once, you'll realize that it's not that scary, and I can even review it and merge it on the stream if you get it done really quickly now. Right, okay. What is next? Let's have a look. I'm a bit behind the chat. Let me catch up. First issue, review Slack Exchange. Okay, nice. Let me stick that up on the screen. I do like that as well. I love sticking up these comments from the chat on the screen, because there are some that really stick out, and I think it's really important. So yes, Twitter I suggest, but there is a review Slack Exchange. I used to use that a lot before, not only to review people's work, to get my work reviewed, but I haven't used it in a long time, and I completely forgot about it. So thank you very much for sharing. And if anyone wants to share a link in the chat, feel free. Although this is going to be a short stream today, so I'm probably not going to stream for that much longer. I was keen just to make a contribution to this project. Oh, let me open the project up again. I was keen to make a contribution to this project, and I was keen to do it on a live stream. So to show people that they need to be able to contribute. It helps you stand out as a I was gonna say as a developer, but as anything. If you're a tester, a designer, UX, documenter, whatever it is, you want to be on GitHub, and you've got to get involved. It's not just about code. And I think it's really important because you stand out. So when you go for a job interview, or when I interview people, so I give you the flip side, when I interview people, and we go back to my account, and I see they've got activity like this, maybe not quite as busy, I've seen people with it much more busy, whatever it is, but just to have some activity, I then want to dig deeper, and I want to see what they've been contributing to, what projects they've been sharing. And it's not about sharing your best project, because whatever you think your best project is now, is in today, tomorrow you won't think it's your best project. Okay, not tomorrow, maybe like a week or a month later, but you get the idea. My point is that what you think is great now won't be great later. And so I don't try and look at people's code now and say, is it perfect? Is it amazing? I just want to look at their code that they've created or submitted recently, whatever stage it's at, and then look 3 months ago. And is there a difference? That's the important part. Have you improved over the last 1 to 3 months? It's not about saying person A is better than person B today, because I have interviewed people where they've been a great coder and they've actually probably been the best out of the people I've interviewed and reviewed, but I didn't hire them because their code was the same as a year ago. And that's not the type of person I want to hire, because then in 3 months, 6 months time, all the other people who maybe aren't as good as them today have moved on and got better. So it's about the attitude. It is about getting involved in projects and about continually improving. So don't think, oh, I'll publish this project open source when it's perfect. It will never be perfect. I've had projects, actually all my projects at one point or another I thought have been great, and then when I look back I think they're terrible. I mean, I look back at code a week ago and I think, who the F wrote this? And I look at the kind of, what's it called, Git blame. And I see my name against it. I'm like, oh, damn, that was me. So it's not about getting it perfect. It's about just continually improving little and often. And that's one of the key messages I want to get out today. I think it's important just to contribute to your projects, contribute to other people's projects, and just get involved. And if you want to see what projects people are contributing to, you can follow people. So, okay, I'm on my own account here, so I can't. But if I go to Gary's account and I go to his profile page, I can click follow. And Gary, I know you're watching. 20 contributions this year. Come on, let's do it. We want a lot more. So I'm following Gary now. So in my feed, when Gary does work, contributes to other projects, stars a project, I can get notified. Therefore, GitHub's got a vast amount of projects on there. Many things are changing, but if I can see kind of a shorter list from my network, that really helps. So feel free to follow me. I've got 594 at the moment. 595. Gary just followed me. Thank you very much, Gary. That's awesome. And I followed you back. So see, awesome. And it's really good to see what people are working on. So let me know in the chat, or I want to end the stream in a minute now, but let me know in the comment after the stream finishes what projects you're working on, what you're up to. Include a link to your GitHub accounts, your GitHub projects. Let me the project that I was talking about, the Hacktoberfest practice one, let me, come on, I've double click it twice. Did a pull request just come in? 37 seconds ago. Nice, that's what I'm talking about. Practice the pull request. Yes, love it. That's what this is about. And it does say first time contributor. Cool. And you've added your name alphabetically, and it's correct. This has made me so happy. This has made my day, because I can then now review it and merge it on a stream. So if it wasn't correct, but it is correct, but if it wasn't, I could hit a plus, I could leave a comment. I can even now, you can make an not insert comment, there is something else. Where is it? This one, first one, sorry. You can make a suggestion. So I can even, if it was wrong, say it was missing a bracket, I could then add the bracket, and then the other person then could accept it, because it's their PR, they've got to accept changes. Yes, I want to discard it, because this is perfect. I'm going to approve it. This is great. And then let's merge it. That's cool. Thank you very much. So after this stream, I really hope people are going to practice more, and feel free to submit pull requests to my project. Let's have a look. So now if we scroll down, this is on my project. It said 12 seconds ago, I accepted the pull request. Scroll down, and here we go. And see, they've got a profile picture, which I think adds so much more value. It doesn't have to be them. And it's Chem to Code. Nice. But so you've got a description. I would probably add some links in here, and kind of almost like a Twitter profile, try and beef it up a bit. Add some links to your Twitter or to whatever you want. I think you have a YouTube channel, if I remember correctly, so add a link to that. And these are some contributions, so it's awesome. And today you made 3 contributions, 3 today. Nice. Awesome. That's great. That's really, really good. I did a pull request. You did. I want to bring that up on the screen. Oh no, the wrong one. Wait a second. There we go. Yes, you did a pull request. But don't forget to put a profile picture on your YouTube as well. Listen, thank you everyone for joining me and taking time out of your day to spend time with me. I loved it. It was really good. Your energy was excellent. And let me know how the audio and visual was. And yeah, I'm going to tweak with some settings to try and improve it and not have an echo in my ear. I really don't need headphones, but it was echoing through the computer, so I put headphones in. Actually, you know what? I can just take the headphones off. There you go. I have no echo anymore. Practice makes perfect. So you just keep practicing and you figure things out. The same for practical stuff and the same for coding. So I look forward to seeing you in the next stream. I will be doing more streams over the next few weeks. I want to try and do 2 to 3 streams a week on this channel. I do also have another channel that you might want to subscribe to. I will bring it up here. Is called Code Mortals, and we do some more coding streams on that. So I'll grab a link and I will I will share that in the chat as well. So feel free to subscribe. Oh, I didn't copy and paste that very well because I'm used to using command rather than control for Mac. Okay, let's hope that pasted correctly. So feel free to subscribe to that one as well. It'd be great to see you. We are doing a stream on Code Mortals. I haven't raised it yet, but I will raise it later today. We are doing one tomorrow at 6:30 UK time, and it'll be awesome to have you there. We'll be doing it on Angular services and resolves maybe. So I think it's you have hooks in React, but in Angular it's all built in because it's a framework rather than a library, and we'll be doing that. So come along, come with your questions, and let's see. And let me know if you'd like to join me on a live stream. I'd love to hear your story about your coding journey and what you're working on at the moment. And you don't have, if the stream's 2 hours, you don't have to come for 2 hours. You can just kind of be on the stream for 10 minutes. I can just send you a link. This new software looks pretty good so far, although I am having some issues. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to subscribe below, hit the bell button, and give me a thumbs up. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you. Oh, let me show my setup one last time before we go. Welcome. So in this TV screen, you kind of have my setup. It's kind of a bit of Inception weirdness. So I'll leave you with that note, and I will end the stream. Be safe, everyone. Thanks for joining.